What if the sun suddenly disappeared? Imagine looking up at the sky, and the sun is simply gone. No explosion, no warning, no eclipse. 1 second it's there, the next, nothing. At first, you wouldn't notice anything, because sunlight takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. That means for more than 8 minutes. The entire planet would continue living as if nothing had happened. People would drive to work. Children would play outside. Airplanes would continue flying. No one would realize. The sun no longer exists, but after exactly 8 minutes and 20 seconds, everything changes. The sky instantly turns black. Not sunset, not twilight, complete darkness. Even though it's daytime, the moon disappears. Every planet vanishes. The only lights left in the sky are distant stars. At exactly the same moment, something even more terrifying happens. The sun's gravity disappears. Earth is no longer orbiting the sun. Instead, our planet shoots into deep space in a straight line at nearly 30 kilometers per second. That's more than 107,000 kilometers per hour. Earth instantly becomes a rogue planet, drifting endlessly through the Milky Way. The first few hours wouldn't seem deadly. The oceans, the atmosphere, and the ground would still hold enormous amounts of heat, but panic would spread across the world. Power grids would become overloaded. Millions of people would think it was the end of the world. And for the first time in human history, they would be right. Within the first 24 hours, the Earth's average temperature would begin to fall rapidly. Plants would immediately stop photosynthesis. Solar panels would become completely useless. Air traffic would slow dramatically. Governments would declare global emergencies. Stock markets would collapse. Food supply chains would begin breaking apart. People would rush to buy fuel, generators, and food. The world would realize this isn't a long winter. The sun is never coming back. And after only 1 week, Earth would already be transforming into a frozen world. Part 2. After 1 week, Earth would no longer resemble the planet we know today. The average global temperature would drop to around minus 17 degrees Celsius, 1 degree Fahrenheit. Most lakes and rivers would begin freezing. The oceans would still remain mostly liquid, but only because they store enormous amounts of heat. Without sunlight, photosynthesis would completely stop. Plants would begin dying across the planet. Within days, entire ecosystems would start collapsing. Herbivores would run out of food. Predators would soon follow. Mass extinction would begin. Solar power would be gone forever. Wind power would become weaker over time as the atmosphere cooled. Humanity would rely almost entirely on nuclear, hydroelectric, and geothermal energy. Cities would consume electricity faster than ever before. Fuel would become more valuable than gold. Governments would ration food, electricity, and heating. Billions of people would begin migrating toward underground shelters, searching for warmth. But this is only the beginning. After 1 month, the average surface temperature would fall to nearly minus 40 degrees Celsius, minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Most fresh water on Earth would be completely frozen. Snow would cover nearly every continent. The upper layers of the oceans would begin freezing. Beneath the ice, liquid water would still exist because of geothermal heat. Deep sea life near hydrothermal vents could continue surviving. For humans, life above ground would become nearly impossible. Only well-insulated cities, underground bunkers, nuclear facilities, and geothermal-powered communities would still have a chance of survival. Outside, every breath could become deadly within minutes. But after 1 year, even those safe places would begin running out of time. Part 3. 1 year after the sun disappeared, Earth would become a frozen rogue planet. The average surface temperature would fall below -75 degrees Celsius, -103 degrees Fahrenheit. Nearly every ocean would be covered by hundreds of meters of ice. Only the deepest layers, heated by Earth's interior, would remain liquid. Most plants, most animals, and almost all surface life would already be extinct. The atmosphere would become colder every day. Carbon dioxide would begin freezing out of the air. The sky would become darker than ever before. The only natural light would come from the stars, occasional auroras, and volcanic eruptions. 10 years later, Earth would be almost completely frozen. Surface temperatures could fall below -200 degrees Celsius, -328 degrees Fahrenheit. The oceans would hide beneath kilometers of solid ice. Entire cities would be buried under snow and frozen air. If humanity still existed, it would likely survive only underground, powered by nuclear reactors, or geothermal energy deep beneath Earth's surface. Above ground, the world would be silent. No birds, no forests, no oceans, only endless ice, stretching across a planet drifting alone through the Milky Way. Earth would continue traveling through deep space at over 107,000 kilometers per hour. Could another star capture our planet? Theoretically, yes. But the chances are incredibly small. For millions of years, Earth would wander through the darkness alone. One tiny frozen world, without a sun, without daylight, without seasons, without life on its surface. The disappearance of the sun wouldn't destroy Earth instantly. It would slowly transform our beautiful blue planet into one of the coldest and loneliest worlds in the entire galaxy.